Hello?
Wow. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. I'm John Shower. This is our October NAPA meeting. I'm really glad you all are here. I hope you enjoyed the morning. It was a great expo. Hope you guys got out of that what you were looking for.
Call in the professional.
Call in the professional. Hey, we got it. We got it. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about some successes that we've had thus far in the short year so far. One, I want to thank anybody that came to Beach Bash. I thought it was a great event. I heard from some parents that they had a great time, and again, wanted to thank you all. It's a good tradition, and I hope we keep it up next year. I wanted to talk just real briefly, because there's somebody else here to talk about water polo. I was at the first home game, and I was just taken aback by the community, all the parents, the president, everybody that came out and supported our water polo team. It was a great event. I love serving slushies out there. So the other team that came, I believe from Chula Vista, the parents came up and said what a wonderful place this was. So it was a great success. The team got to throw Sergeant Nixon in the pool because they won, which was a great thing. There are videos and pictures of that online on our Facebook page. So if you haven't seen those, please do look at it. It's a great time. Speech and debate. We are, I believe, now registered. I don't know the organization that we're registered with, but that's a big thing. We're going to try to take a speech and debate club and turn it into a competition team. If your son is not involved in that, I do encourage you to give them a push to get in that. I think it's a skill set that would continue with their life forever. The Builders Club. This next Tuesday, we will have our first meeting with some kids in flight company. We are going to be putting together over the next 4 years an airplane with our aviation club. Our goal is to build this plane and have it at least 51% built by the cadets here at the school and have it documented, give them an experience into a little aerospace engineering and aviation, that there's more things to do in that field besides fly. And hopefully in 4 years, we're going to fly that plane over this academy for graduation.
Wow.
Hangar 18, that's another aviation event that we do. It's the first Friday of every month. We have some good guest speakers. It happens at Oceanside Airport. The kids get to be involved in a hangar with an airplane and have really great guest speakers talking about their aviation experience. Gets them involved with like hands-on and like seat-of-the-pants stuff. The kids really like it. I think we've done I think the kids have really showed more interest each and every week to go there and listen to the guest speakers that we have. And then our robotics team, we just started that. I think it's engineering at its finest. I really, when I was a kid, I didn't realize I was going to be an engineer. And I wish somebody had something like this robotics team for me to open up my mind about all the things that can be done in engineering. And I think it's a great way to put some hands-on experience in the minds of these kids. They're so the potential is just great. So let's see here. So an upcoming event, we have Fall Festival. This is going to be a new event for me this year. On October 30th, we're going to have like a competition event style out at the football field. Some fun games for each company. We're going to drive it to the company competition style, have some awards for each company that wins those type of events. In addition to those events, we've got some other fun stuff. Brad, our vice president, was lucky enough to donate a 2017 Dodge Charger for the kids to smash. Hopefully we'll be able to get the logos of the opposing team that we're going to be playing on Friday on that car for them to smash. We have a mechanical bull. We have two dunk tanks, so the kids are gonna be able to dunk some willing participants at the school. We'll be serving some cotton candy, popcorn, and slushies. I got some pictures of some of the other stuff, like what those are, human curling. We're gonna put some cadets on furniture dollies, create some bullseyes, and have another cadet push them and see how close they can get to the bullseye. Some tug of war, jousts, obstacle courses. There's some specific stuff, but
And the belt, the winner's belt.
correct. So that's just some of the pictures. So each company will compete in that and receive a prize, a company-wide prize. Even though the whole company might not be competing, the rest of them will be cheering. But there's enough events that I think everybody will be able to participate in at least one event. For the company that wins the most competitions, I have a surprise for them that I've selected a few people that I've shown it to. I got a real actual like WWE style. The Army Navy Academy logo. It says Fall Festival Company Champion. But let them keep that all year. So the whole company, it'll be their belt. I would imagine if I can have the Commandant approve it, maybe each one of the cadets could wear that belt one day out of the year, you know. Just a good team building event for them. So that's October 30th, and hopefully the kids really like it. We're gonna have third mess out there as well, so they'll have dinner out there. And it should be a really good event. I just want to talk real quick about the GP1 academic awards that was just this last week. I was just taken aback. I mean, I've always taken aback. I haven't missed one since I've been here, but this year especially, I know it's hard to see in the picture, but the sheer amount of cadets that are up there for academic awards and achievements is incredible. Everybody be proud of their cadet. It was at least, I think, 70% of our student body had some type of academic achievement, which is absolutely amazing. So hands off to all the people here that make that happen, and your cadets that also do the hard work. I want to share a quick little testimonial. I know you guys believe in the school, that's why you're here, that's why your cadets are here, but I was fortunate enough to chaperone some of the cadets down to the Miramar Air Show this last month. And we were just walking around with a couple cadets, Brad and I, and we went by an Army Black Hawk. And the pilot stopped us. So, are you from Army Navy? So, a wonderful female officer. Yes, yes. She's like, can I tell you about my experience at ANA? So, she said that Lieutenant Colonel Scarborough, she came to a summer camp here and changed her life. She's the officer she is today because of the mentorship and leadership she received from Lieutenant Colonel Scarborough. And I know that stuff happens, but to hear it from somebody, it was absolutely amazing. So we were lucky enough to get a picture with her with a couple cadets in front of her Black Hawk. And I just want you to know that the believe in the school, I saw it firsthand, like real life experience, that it made a huge difference in impacting this officer's life. So I thought, you know, I could only hope something like that happens with my child and your guys, your cadets as well. Communication, always a big thing for me, right? So I want to make sure everybody is getting the weekly order. I've talked to a few parents that said, hey, I'm not getting it. I stay with them on the phone. They open up their email, said, go to your junk mail. They find it in their junk mail, said, please put it in your safe inbox, mark it as a safe sender. They get it. And I said, not only will you get it, please read it. I don't know what's going on. That weekly warrior will tell you every week what's going on. If you read that, you'll be more informed than most. It's a great source of communication to know what's going on here at the Academy, so please do that. Facebook. We do have the Army Navy Patriots Association, ANAPA. If you're not part of Facebook in that group, join and get on that group. We have some really good pictures and testimonials and water polo, the home games, football games, fun events like this. People take great pictures. Our Oktoberfest, I'm sure, will end up there on our page. So please, it's a great way to stay up to date with what's going on. The Army Navy Academy has their Facebook page as well. And they have some great information and just another source and a resource for you guys to stay connected. Instagram, Army Navy Athletics. They do a great job posting stuff, different events, schedules for games. A lot of times they'll put a little blurb out about the live YouTube channels. If somebody, hey, I'm not down here and I want to watch something, they'll say, hey, go here, click on YouTube, which I think takes me to my next YouTube. We broadcast a ton of games, some even that are away, for you guys to see your cadets do their athletics. And then, of course, if you don't have my phone number, you're more than welcome. I put it up there every time. You guys can call me day or night if you need anything. Sometimes I don't have the answers, but I'll definitely work my hardest to get them for you, to communicate and get you anything you guys need. I'm here for you guys as parents. I'm here for the academy, for their faculty, and all of your cadets. I'm going to turn it over to the president. She wants to talk a little bit about renovation updates, because there's a lot of great things happening here on campus.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Thanks. How's everybody today? All right, I just wanted to talk about some of the improvement projects that you may see. You'll see like piles of tile sitting around, right? You've seen that? There's piles of new windows sitting around, and it's all part of our fall improvement, if you will. I hope that our new academic learning center, which is our formerly known as our library, I was hoping that'd be done to roll out and cut the ribbon this weekend, but unfortunately it's, as is all renovations, right? They always take twice as long and cost 3 times as much, right? Yeah. This one we're actually on budget, so that was good, but it did take twice as long. So that's going to house academics, and so the dean, the deputy dean, and Miss Amber will relocate across the street. And then the rest of it is, we have a new sound studio going in, so that we can actually do podcasts from there. And we really want the boys in our A&E TV to have a professional sound studio. So we just met last week with a consultant who's given us, here's what you need to make this so. But we did make the walls happen. So that's going to be on the back end of the old library. And then that whole middle part is just going to be a learning center with, you know, very comfortable spaces for the boys to go in and study. That's where study hall will be, but it's not going to be this classroom kind of setup. It's going to be very, you know, vibrant and, you know, just a comfortable space for our young men to study. And you'll notice there are no more books. All the library books are gone. And we have gone to a virtual library. So they will have a kiosk in there where they can check out books virtually. And they can also, we purchased a couple of different research databases for, you know, our seniors do a senior research project, for them to be able to go in there and do their research. And so we're really excited about it. The last thing I gotta do is order the furniture, and I'm hoping to get that done by Tuesday. If you guys know the CFO, and I'll just say, Frank, pay the bill. So we're in negotiations about that bill, but we've got it going on. Anderson dorms. As you all know, last year we remodeled all the bathrooms in Anderson to look like those in Crane and in Atkinson. And so this year we're going to do the rooms. And so you'll see the tile laydowns around Anderson as well. So as soon as we finish the library, we have one project over here I'll talk about, then we're going to start on the Anderson dorms. And we do have some empty strip dorm rooms, so what's going to happen is if your son or your cadet is in Anderson, housed in Anderson, we're going to do it 2 quads at a time, and we're just going to move the boys into a temporary room. It should take no longer than, they're telling me, 2 weeks to get it done, and then they'll move back. So, because we have to kind of leapfrog it, and our goal is to get them all done by January. That's our goal. And so hopefully, then we will have 85% of our dorms to 1 standard. And then the next project is the strip dorms. And so we're really trying to make sure that all of our dorms get, you know, the renovation that they deserve, because the boys deserve, you know, a nice, clean, new room to live in. And so this will include the new furniture as well. So all of that great furniture that we purchased for Anderson and Crane, we're also purchasing for the rest of the campus. So we're really happy about that. Some of you may know we're at 273 students right now. It's not the highest that we've been in 2 years, but it's the highest that we've had sustained in quite some time. And we have some classes that have gone to about 18 students per class, depending. Some of them are very popular electives that the boys want to take. And so what we need to recapture some of our classrooms. And so on Davis Hall this side, you guys have been used to seeing, Classroom 101, which was traditionally our ESOL classroom. And then we have the academics, where Ms. Amber sits, the dean's office, the cadet life offices. Okay, all of those used to be classrooms when Davis Hall was first built, and up until about, I'm told, 1993, they were classrooms. So we are recapturing those. So as soon as we finish the library, the first classroom will be where Ms. Amber sits in academics there. That's going to be a very easy conversion. We're just doing new floors and new paint job, and that will become our robotics laboratory. Because we have a team now. It's called Warrior Robotics. I'm really excited. We have been working this very, very hard. We're very excited. We have actually a student who is a national champion robot builder. So I look to really go into this as we got this going on. So I'm really excited about our first competition will be in November, but we got to have a space for them to build their robot. So that will be the first classroom here. And then where the commandant currently sits and his staff, cadet life staff, that will be 2 classrooms with a dividable wall in case we need a large classroom over there. And because right now, our academic excellence class, where we talk about time management, learning strategies, all of those kinds of things, we have to hold in here because our current classroom isn't big enough for the cadets, because it's 18 cadets. So we really need those 2 classrooms. And then what will happen is, on the back side of, as you go through the little archway towards the pool area, there are some storage areas that were former offices, and that's where cadet life is going. So we've got this huge, okay, we're going to jump over here, we're going to get this tile done, then we're going to jump over there, we're going to get that tile done, then we're going to move them, and then we're going to come back and get this classroom done. So we're kind of really trying to move along with these necessary improvements, right? And so we're really busy. And so if you happen to see Clint Jesperson around or Ryan Larson, please just give them a pat on the back, because they're probably the busiest 2 cats on campus, because we got to kind of hop in and pop in and get everything done around here. So that's what I wanted to kind of talk about, the improvements for this fall, and then we'll have a whole slate of them, kind of looking towards the spring. And so our goal is, to really uplift the campus and increase the quality of life and learning. And so that's really important for us. So any questions? Yes,
Super
ma'am.
specific question, that's probably a little too detailed, but with the new dorms and the new furniture, new mattresses for the beds?
Yes. If they have not had a new mattress, yes.
Okay.
We did purchase a bunch of new mattresses last year for all the dorms. But if there's not a new mattress in there, absolutely. If you have a concern about the mattress, please let us know. Just
Okay.
come up online.
Okay.
Okay, and we're happy to do that. Yes.
Hi, good morning. Thanks for all the updates. With the Learning Center, what are those hours going to look like for the boys, for them to be able to access that? Is that kind of all the time, or will there be specific hours they can go in there and utilize that?
Yeah, it'll be open all day and into the evening through like study hall hours.
Okay.
And so, yeah, it definitely will be available to the boys. And actually, study hall will be conducted in there as well. But, anytime they want to go in there, it's supposed to be for them to go in there, have a quiet place. Some folks don't like to study with their roommate in the room. Right? And so we want to give them a place to go do that. So, the other thing I didn't talk about, and I'm sorry I didn't, you all are aware that we lost Caleb Stricker in July of this year. And so the other improvement that we're doing is actually, we're doing a lounge 51. His number was 51. And if you're familiar with Duffield, where on the second floor, where Nehemiah sits, the athletic director, outside of there, and where the esports court is on the other side. We are doing that whole area, and we're calling it Lounge 51. And we're about 3 weeks out on getting it completely done, and it will be like a lounge for our athletes. And it'll also have study carols for some of our day students that are athletes that have free periods but nowhere to study. And so they'll have study carols, they'll have a wonderful relaxation area for them, nutrition bar for their fueling, and we're just really excited for that one too. So stay tuned to watch for that in the Weekly Warrior, because we'll cut the ribbon on that pretty soon as well. That's the other thing. So like I said, Clint and Ryan, they're busy people, so just tell them, give them the thumbs up when you see them, because they are really hopping. Anything else? And I'm sorry I didn't put lunch with you there. Okay.
I actually have a question. Where's study hall now?
Study hall now is in here.
Oh, it is in here?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
okay.
It's in here right now. We had it in the library originally, but when we cleared that all out for reno, we have it in here. And I'll just tell you, our dean, she rocks. I mean, she's completely transformed our academic program. Our teachers are actually in here for study hall, and they're actually helping the kids. And so they all have office hours during the month that is required, because we are a boarding school, so they have some nighttime office hours. And what she's done is she's brought them into study hall. So, you know, there's usually a math teacher, a science teacher, a social studies teacher every night in study hall, and they're helping out the boys that are behind in those subjects. And so that's why you see 70% of our cadets getting awards. It's because of the care that is going on in academics to really help bolster the boys and help them, to achieve their highest academic potential. So kind of proud of that. And so if you see the dean, give her 2 thumbs up too, because she's doing a phenomenal job. Okay, so who's next? Lane's next. All right.
I don't know why I always have to follow Miss Spunky herself, but here we go. My name's Blaine Hedges, I'm the wrestling coach. That's what I want to be known as. But she actually makes me work, and my real job is I'm the executive vice president for institutional advancement, and that's a mouthful, it's a tongue twister. So what that really means is I'm the revenue guy. So I'm the one that's responsible for bringing in all the money to accomplish everything she just told you about. And unfortunately, I can't do that without you. And so, look, we are a nonprofit, as everybody knows, and there's really 3 main ways that we raise money to be able to turn this place into a world-class, state-of-the-art facilities and programs academy. And the first one is really our admissions. And so we're sitting at 273 people. Want to get us to 325 by next fall. And, we're really focusing hard on our professional community. That is one way that we're going to try to raise our numbers up. And for the first time ever, we just went and visited China. And so Victor just got back from Beijing, but we are doing a lot of things differently this year. And we actually started just prior to last fall, but we're trying to raise our numbers up. And so that is one way to bring in revenue for the school. And then another way is our summer programs. And so I'm proud to announce that this past summer, we either raised the most we've ever raised in a summer, or we were very close to it. And we are about a week away from actually signing a contract that is going to beat last year's revenues. And it's a 3-year contract with a 2-year option. And so we think that's going to be for the next 5 years, and it's got built-in increments for inflation. And so we think we are going to continue to set the record for the next 5 years. And so those are 2 ways. The third way is actually fundraising. And Simone Brown has just joined our advancement team. She's passing out a couple documents, and in those documents, really, one of them is Empowering Tomorrow. And it shows ways that you can give. Now, you can write a check, or you can do, some ingenious things like transferring stocks and bonds, or, you could go after and donate, match donations from the company. But anyway, there's a laundry list of ways that you can actually give inside of here. And so please, I would ask you to read this for a plethora of reasons. But another one is, Rob his class was 1969, and he came by campus this summer, and we ended up inviting him over to the president's house. And the first thing he did was he walked over and showed me this magazine, and it had this little slip of paper in there, and it's the ways it goes, right? And he's like, this is no good. People want to know where their money's going. And so I took that to heart. And so what we've done is another way is part of our annual giving is we put together a menu of options of things, facility upgrades. This is brick and mortar upgrades that we want to get after right now. We don't need to put your eyes on it. You can see the number that's associated with each particular area. And so now you can actually see where your money's going. And of course, there's a couple different ways to do it, restricted, unrestricted. If you bend your monies towards something that you're passionate about, that means it's going to fall into the restricted category. But anyway, I would ask you to kind of peruse through this. We're going to continue to update it. But also inside of the Empowering Tomorrow, if there's areas that you want to give, like if you're passionate about education, or you're passionate about athletics, or you're passionate, there are areas that you could target to also donate monies to that can help us really bring, at least my focus, and that's to make this a world-class, state-of-the-art facilities and also the programs. And some of those programs we talked a little bit about. John talked about building a plane. I mean, I don't know how many other schools out there are building an actual plane that's going to be certified by the FAA, but we're doing it. And it's made possible, quite frankly, by a couple parents on that particular one. But look, we want to do a bunch of great things, and the only way we can do it is through revenue. And so I want to back up for a second, talk admissions, just real quick. I told you a little bit about our international focus, but one of the other things that we're doing to try to give back, and really the best way to increase our admissions is to have you or your cadets pick their friends and get them here. And we actually give back a little bit. So we've got a Bring a Buddy program. It's not a lot of money, but we'll give you $1,000 store credit to the bookstore, and they can use it for books, uniforms. I think there's some lickies and chewies in there, some candy and stuff, but swag they can go buy. But anyway, we're trying to get back a little bit, but the reality is we need you. We need you to help recruiting for admissions. We need you to figure out ingenious ways to help us raise money here at the Academy. And there's a lot of things that we're going to be doing. One of them that is going to kick off this Friday is a bourbon raffle. Now you might be thinking, man, a bourbon raffle, how much money are you really going to make on that one? Well, this isn't just regular bourbon. This is the most sought after allocated bourbon in the world. Now, I happen to be from Louisville, Kentucky. I don't know if you know a lot about bourbon, but most of the bourbon in the world is made in the bluegrass state of Kentucky. And so I happen to have some friends in the business, and we have put together, I'm telling you, it's going to be the best bourbon raffle that you've seen on the West Coast. The only ones that are going to beat this bourbon raffle are in Louisville, Kentucky, and it's only because this is our first one. And so, say again? How many years? How many years what? Oh, so I've got the number one prize. So we're going to try to give out about 20 to 25 prizes. But the number one is a full Pappy Van Winkle flight. And so that includes a 10-year Pappy, a 12-year Pappy, the 13 rye, the 15, 20, and the 23. That's your top prize.
Wow.
Look,
Nobody should bid on that.
yeah, everybody should bid on it. And tell your friends. 'Cause look, if we can sell 2,500 tickets.
Can you put a link out?
Oh, it's coming. And so it's coming this Friday. It's going to be a whole website. You'll be able to go share it with your friends. If we can sell 2,500 tickets, we're going to make roughly $225,000. And this one is kind of easy because there's not a lot of support needed from a lot of the staff, which frees up their capacity to do other things like, educate your kids or take on wrestle mat training. And so, it's different from like a gala, right? Where it's just, you put the committee together and then you're out there soliciting for prizes and it just takes and takes and takes, capacity. And quite frankly, the most precious resource we have is time. And we just, there's not enough time in the day is what it seems like. But this bourbon raffle's coming. The Pappy Van Winkle, that's the top prize. But I've got a full roller flight. I've got the Buffalo Trace Antique Edition. We've got, it just keeps on going. And if you're not a bourbon drinker, hey, I totally understand. Get your friends, purchase some tickets, win this, so there are, it's very difficult to get allocated bourbon, and which basically means the most sought after bourbon in the world, they only produce so much of it a year. Those go to the distributors, and everybody that knows the distributors and know all this stuff's coming, it finds its way to the private groups and the folks that have a lot of money, and it never finds its way onto the actual shelf itself in the liquor store. And so you can actually buy some of this stuff. It's at national secondary prices. I can tell you the 23-year-old Pappy's bottle that I talked about, which is part of that one flight. Last year, the prices have dropped a little bit, but on the secondary market, that bottle was going for about $6,000.
What?
Yes, that one bottle. And so that Pappy's flight alone is 15 plus. So there are some great prizes, but look, again, it comes down to, I need your support, I need your help, and on this one, it's simply get the information out. Hopefully you'll buy a ticket or two, but we've got to get the information out. And the goal on this year is 2,500 tickets. Next year, I want to get to 5,000 tickets. And I'll put together another one, put one bigger and better than what we're doing this year. And I want to rival the best ones that they do in Kentucky right now. And they do these often in Kentucky. The Catholic Education Foundation, I helped them put their bourbon raffle together. 2 years ago, they sold 2,500 tickets. Last year, they sold 5,000 tickets. And just a way to generate some resources to give back to the most precious thing that we do, and that's your cadets. So with that, I think I hit it. So I gave you two pieces to the puzzle here in reference to empowering the world. It's really kind of what you can do and how you can do it. I've given you kind of a menu of options. Well, we talked about the capital campaign for improvements. Those are going to be the bigger ones, a couple $100 million projects. That's going to be a separate thing, but we're going to put together a trifold. It's got 3 little booklets that you could pull out of it, right? And those are going to be the 3 pieces. And so the key fundraisers that we have going through 2024, so the rest of the year, is going to be the bourbon raffle. It's going to be our annual giving program. So hopefully you can look at that menu of options and just, wherever you got a passion area that you want to provide some funds or you want to help us in any way you can, it would be very helpful. And then we've got our Giving Tuesday. So our Giving Tuesday is at the very beginning of December. And so that should close out at least our fundraising activities here for the remainder of the year. And then we've got our gala coming up and a few other things, alternatives and things like that in the fall. But look, my personal goal is to raise $5 million this year. The target goal that I've been given by the school is $1 million, and that's no small goal. It's a lot heavier, a lot bigger than last year's goal. And so I need some help, and so I'm asking for your help. If you know, I know there's some alumni in here, we need the alumni's help, but then, we're going to have to go after some grants and foundations and some things like that as well, just kind of piecing it all together. But anyway, again, sorry that you got me following Miss Funky, but that's where we are on this one. And I believe that Chris Taylor wants to come up and show you, give you a sneak peek at our brand new website that we're building and we're getting ready to unfold here any day. So here you go, Chris Taylor.
Put this down because I'm not trained with the microphone. All right. So here's our brand new homepage for the Army Navy Academy site. For about the last 4 months now, Leslie Schneider, who is our marketing director, and I have been really pouring through the website and trying to respond to parent needs on, what a good website should be. And what do you guys need from the website? You need to be able to get information about your student and what's going on efficiently and easily. We had about 213 pages on our old website. We've brought it down to 26. And the reason for that is we had pages built up for everything. That's impossible to maintain. So we had out-of-date information in places, and everything gets indexed by Google. So if you're looking on Google, Army Navy Academy, when does my cadet need to be there? You could be getting something from 4 years ago on the Google results. This site is going to be maintained. It should be nice and current. What we're doing is, obviously these dates will change as soon as we finish updating and rolling it out. But, you'll have upcoming events for the Academy, including Blaine's Roadshow for admissions, where we're going to be showing up, what school fairs we're going to. So if you're in the area and you'd like to support us at a school fair, you can go. We'll have our social media feed. And then as we go up, I just want to profile a couple of pages. Admission, obviously, a nice important page for us. If you have friends that are interested in applying to the Academy, they can see very easily what is needed from them in order to do their application. They can click right here and go through our application, which will be a brand new one for the spring. And the other site, I know that we're running out of time here. The other page that I would like you guys to be aware of is this family resources page. We have an early iteration of this up on our current site, but this is your one-stop shop if you need to reach somebody on campus. We've got our Aries, our payment center, our bookstore, so that you can go ahead and make any of those purchases or log in and view your cadets' grades. And then we have department contacts across the organization. This will be up next week. So I would really appreciate early feedback. Once we do a rollout, we'll announce it in the Weekly Warrior when we're 100% ready to go and cut the ties. But very, very excited. So thanks, everybody, and I believe it's your turn, sir. Preston.
Hello. Okay. I lost my voice in Friday's game, so I'm going to use the microphone. I don't know if I can beat bourbon or websites, but I'm going to try with water polo.
All right. We're good.
All right.
Right. Is that?
Cool. So I'm Brad. Hello. Raise your hand if you were in the last NAPA meeting that was over in Dovefield, or last weekend. Okay, cool. So you saw a parent came up talking about speech and debate, something he's passionate about. So today you're stuck with me, and we're going to talk about water polo. All right. All right, cool. So we're going to talk about water polo. One of the wins we're having on campus right now, so I'm really excited about the team. Chris is the head coach, by the way, not just the chief information guy. All right, so here we are, Warriors water polo. Welcome to the deck. Let's see if this works now. How do we do this, Chris?
You know what? You start presenting. I'll
All right,
turn it over into the Google Slide format. We'll get it working.
All right. So I want to introduce the team real quick. I've got some pictures for you. At the very end, it's going to take about 4 minutes. At the very end, we've got a cool video for you to watch from our first home game.
Hey, while they're doing that, just real quick, so our pool right now is short, so we can't necessarily host swim meets. For water polo, one end of it is 4 feet deep, And so if you look at, like, for example, that, the menu of options, one of them is to fix the pool so that we can actually have a certified, correct length pool so we can host swim competitions and, of course, polo, water polo. And so they pulled it off and actually got one held here, but the guys in the shallow end they're treading water like this. And so it's just not ideal again, so I'll be.
It's part of our plan, so I'm gonna show you real quick a 2-3 year plan for the water polo team, all right? So this is our water polo team, we have 22 people, so enrollment's up. My goal is 35 for next year. By the way, my disclaimer is, I think Peggy left the building, this is a draft presentation. It's not been approved by the head coach of water polo, or Nia Brunson, or Peggy, so this is one dad's perspective, okay? We're gonna get all the kinks worked out, and we're gonna present it to Peggy. All right, so Chris is our head coach. We got Coach Brady who plays college ball right now. He's a pretty superstar from high school. The last time I played water polo was 95, 96, a while ago, but placed second in the nation on the BYU's team my freshman year. And then I went to Texas A&M and we placed second in the nation and we trashed BYU. So, this is our team captain, Duncan Burdick. All right, so we have an opportunity to build a world-class water polo program at A&M. Southern California is the mecca of water polo. To give you an understanding, there's 470 teams in the U.S. There's 347 in California. So California is where people play water polo, okay? And we're on the beach. We have a young team. They're hungry to train, to compete. We have our own pool. That's becoming more and more rare. So almost every high school, when we go play them, it's at a community pool. They have to go rent pool space. They can't practice every day, okay? All right. So this is the plan. We're going to present this to all water polo parents on a Zoom call. I'm going to get their feedback before I take it to Chris and Brunson, okay? But this is our current season. We got a young team. We're learning. We're syncing. We're learning about the team rules and commitments. We're working on team morale, and we're setting team goals, okay? We're doing fantastic, by the way. I think we're ranked 3rd in Division 3. We play Division 3 and Division 2 because we're freelance this year. There's a lot we can do during the off season, so we're going to send 5 or 6 kids to Club Polo in Carlsbad December through February. You can go from a beginner level polo player to pretty good in one club season. So we get those 5 kids back, we have a different team next year, okay? So next year, the plan is to get placed into Division 3, build commitment from the team, build discipline, create team rituals, and win the division, okay? That's our goal for next year. We'll repeat things each off season. In year 2, which would be 2026, we want to be placed in Division 2. All right, that's the big goal. We want to develop a 2nd and 3rd string, really strong, right? So we have a varsity team, a JV team. We have people that we can sub in. We have a whole starting team of 7. We have a whole another 2nd string and 3rd string. We want to recruit more students to play water polo at the school. And we want to support the seniors. What I mean by that is we want seniors to be able to get scholarships in college for water polo, okay? And then the goal is to be in the playoffs, U2, all right? Year 3, I'm going to get to that later on the Zoom, but there's places to go after that, years 3 plus, right? So this is a 3-year plan. All right, you all want the good news or the bad news about the current water polo team? Chris, plug your ears on the bad news one. All right, let's do both real quick. So the good news is we have a lot of raw talent. I think at the start of the year, how many players do we have that have actually played polo? 5 or 6?
4 or 5, actually.
4 people have played water polo before. But we got a lot of athletic kids, a lot of kids that couldn't hack it on the football field. They came over and learned to swim and learned to play polo with us. But we've got a lot of athletic kids, strong kids. We have 2 8th graders that are playing water polo, and they both could be starters if they're in high school. They're total studs. So we've got a lot of talent to work with. We're having a lot of fun. Okay, so we had a practice that was all in Spanish. We got to throw Brunson in, not Brunson, sorry, we got to throw Staff Sergeant Nixon in on our first home game because we won, right? Coach Taylor's bringing donuts the morning after when we win. There's a lot of momentum and excitement, which is really cool, and we have great engagement. So we had the stands full on our home game for Parents' Night. And on Friday we had a match. We had 8 or 9 alumni that had played polo at this school that were so interested to see us perform, as well as a coach that coached here for decades, and they were winning CIF. So it's pretty exciting. John's serving slushies so far, the 2 home games, so next home game is Wednesday. All right, here's the bad news. We have the least disciplined team in the league. So, you ever heard that saying, like herding cats? Like getting these kids to sit still, sit where they're supposed to be, come to practice, get in the pool. We have some things we're gonna work on, okay? We have a few players that they're there for polo, that's why they wanna be here, and that's all they think about. 3, maybe. And then we have some guys who are disciplined, and then we have a lot of people that lack commitment to the team, lack dedication, all right? Our next one is we have a few key holes in key positions. So we need a second goalie, we need post or set players that's the middle position, that are willing to come to practice, okay? So how are we gonna get over those challenges? This is the strategy, right? Team discipline is gonna be resolved with morning practice, okay? You cannot be really even a good Division III team. Okay, I'll be done in 2 minutes. You can't be a Division III team winning if you practice 4 times a week, Monday through Thursday and afternoon. It just won't work. We have to do our conditioning in the morning so we can do ball handling and teamwork in the afternoon, okay? The lack of dedication is going to be resolved by cuts. Now, what I mean by cuts, water polo is a no-cut team. If your kid wants to come play water polo, he's going to be a water polo, okay? That's a fantastic thing about the school, and they can try a lot of sports. What it takes away from us is, let me say this a different way, really, we're pushing people to come to the pool, pushing people to get in, pushing people to take it serious. We need to have a whole strategy where they want to be on the team, they want to come to practice, they want to get in, they want to compete. And we're going to do that by setting a varsity team and junior varsity team a couple weeks in next year. So when you do that, hey, if you want to come play rec ball and have fun, that's cool. You don't even need to come to morning practices. You could be on JV. You could be the best player, but you're on JV. If you want to be on varsity, you have to make performance standards, and then you have to meet the commitments to the team. So if you have 3 unexcused absences and you're on varsity, we'll just slide you over to the JV team, all right? We're going to shore up key positions by training up individuals on the team and recruiting new individuals. Rules of engagement, this is all going to sound like common sense to parents, but coach is coach, players play, right? You'll see this when we talk online. I'll go through these one by one. I want to show you the video. So we're probably going to be voted best host, by the way. Other folks love to come play here. So I think I've got a video. Will this start on my screen? I don't know why the other team came up and participated in this, but they wanted to throw a staff sergeant next as well, so.
They needed extra help.
How does it play?
I don't know. Go to the next one. I don't know.
Tap up there a little bit. You might have to go to the Zoom presentation if you want to see staff sergeant next running. All right, that's it for me.
Thank you, guys. Hey, we got about 5, 6 minutes to get across the street for the parade. Brad, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, Brad.
We'll send a Zoom link out, and any parent that wants to watch, even if your kid's not playing polo, we'd love to have you.
All right.